What happens if one of the world's most critical maritime choke points is quietly mined, and reopening it requires a multinational naval operation led by advanced autonomous systems? The Strait of Hormuz, through which roughly 20 million barrels of oil pass daily, has been partially constrained since early March. And the United Kingdom is now preparing to take a leading operational role in a potential coalition effort to secure it without escalating direct confrontation. This video examines how the situation reached this point, why the Royal Navy is positioning itself at the center of a technologically complex mission, and what changes if this operation succeeds or fails. The outcome will shape not just regional stability, but the mechanics of global energy security and maritime warfare. The immediate trigger for this situation lies in the escalation that began on February 28th, when the United States and Israel launched coordinated strikes against Iranian targets. The campaign has resulted in more than 1,140 reported deaths, including Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei, marking a significant rupture in the regional power structure. Iran's response has relied on asymmetric capabilities, including repeated drone and missile strikes targeting Israel and Gulf states hosting American military infrastructure. Alongside these actions, the maritime domain has become a pressure point. Naval mines are central to this strategy. While not officially confirmed in detail, UK defense officials assess that mines have likely been deployed in parts of the Strait of Hormuz. The effect has not been a complete closure, but a controlled disruption. Commercial traffic continues, but under increased risk, leading to higher insurance premiums, rerouted shipping patterns, and elevated oil prices. Even partial interference in a corridor handling approximately 1/5 of global crude supply creates immediate systemic pressure. The British response reflects both capability and strategic positioning. According to reporting by The Times, the Royal Navy is preparing a phased operation built around a mothership concept. This would involve either a dedicated naval vessel or a leased commercial platform serving as a launch base for autonomous mine hunting systems. These systems are designed to detect, classify, and neutralize underwater mines, without placing human crews directly in contested zones. The first phase of the operation would focus on deploying these uncrewed systems to map and clear safe transit corridors. This represents a shift from traditional mine clearance, which historically relied on specialized ships and divers operating in high-risk environments. By contrast, autonomous systems extend operational reach while reducing exposure. A second phase would introduce force protection elements. The Royal Navy's Type 45 destroyers, equipped with advanced air defense systems, could be deployed either alongside uncrewed surface vessels or independently to escort commercial tankers. The integration of crewed and uncrewed platforms reflects what UK defense planners describe as a hybrid Navy concept, combining automation with conventional naval power to maintain operational flexibility. This effort is not unilateral. The United States and France are expected to be part of the broader coalition, aligning with existing patterns of maritime security cooperation in the Gulf. The objective is not only to clear mines, but to maintain a sustained presence that deters further disruption. This aligns with the strategic interest of keeping the strait open without triggering a wider naval confrontation. The underlying power dynamic is shaped by asymmetry. Iran does not need to fully block the strait to achieve strategic leverage. Limited disruption, combined with the threat of escalation, is sufficient to influence global markets. For coalition forces, the challenge is to neutralize this leverage without escalating into direct conflict. This creates a narrow operational window where precision and restraint are critical. Recent developments indicate that, despite the presence of mines, certain shipping lanes remain usable. Vessels from multiple countries continue to transit the strait, suggesting that any mining effort is selective rather than comprehensive. This reinforces the assessment that the objective is controlled pressure, rather than total closure. Consider a scenario where the coalition operation proceeds efficiently. Autonomous systems successfully identify and neutralize mines, and escorted shipping lanes restore confidence among commercial operators. In this case, oil flows stabilize, insurance costs decline, and the strategic impact of mining is diminished. The success of such an operation would also validate the use of uncrewed systems in high-stakes maritime security roles, potentially reshaping naval doctrine. Now, consider an alternative scenario where the operation encounters resistance or escalation. If additional mines are deployed faster than they can be cleared, or if coalition vessels come under direct threat from missiles or drones, the mission could shift from clearance to active defense. This would increase the risk of direct confrontation between state actors, potentially expanding the conflict beyond the maritime domain. In such a case, the strait could become a sustained conflict zone, with long-term implications for global energy supply. The geopolitical consequences extend beyond immediate operations. For the United Kingdom, taking a leading role reinforces its position as a capable naval power with advanced technological integration. For the United States and its allies, the operation demonstrates a commitment to maintaining open sea lanes, a core principle of global trade. For Iran, the use of maritime disruption highlights the continued relevance of asymmetric strategies in countering technologically superior adversaries. At the global level, the situation underscores the vulnerability of critical infrastructure. The Strait of Hormuz is not just a geographic feature, it is a central node in the global energy system. Disruptions here propagate through markets, affecting prices, supply chains, and economic stability far beyond the region. What is also emerging is a shift in how naval operations are conducted. The emphasis on autonomous systems reflects broader trends in military technology, where unmanned platforms are increasingly used to perform high-risk tasks. This reduces human exposure, but also introduces new dependencies on technology, data, and coordination. The effectiveness of this approach will depend on execution. Mine detection requires precision, and neutralization must be conducted without triggering unintended escalation. Coordination among coalition partners adds another layer of complexity, requiring aligned rules of engagement and real-time information sharing. In the end, the effort to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is not just about clearing mines. It is about managing risk in a system where economic stability depends on uninterrupted flow. The coming days will indicate whether coordination, technology, and restraint can sustain that flow, or whether the pressures shaping this situation will push it toward a more unstable trajectory.